Glenn, what do we have on today's show?
Oh, just the usual. You, me, and Lenny.
Welcome to Rain City Rebound, the podcast, where we cover the return of the Seattle Sonics.
Our complete coverage of the Lenny Wilkens statue event outside of Climate Pledge Arena starts right now.
Lenny Wilkens here in Seattle. There's only one first statue that gets to go up. There's only one first. And it is appropriate, entirely appropriate, that that first statue goes to the godfather of the Seattle Supersonics, Lenny Wilkens. He's a three-time Hall of Famer as a player, as part of the Dream Team in 1992, if I recall correctly, and of course as a coach who inherited a 5-17 Seattle Sonics team and turned them into the world champions, everybody. But that is only part of his story, and as has been said many times, he is not just a Hall of Famer in basketball, which is important and significant to a community and to an individual and their family and to all of us. That's important. But I think we can all agree that it is even more important and more significant to be a Hall of Famer as a human being. And that is Lenny Wilkens, everybody. He has uplifted this community in many ways. From uniting our community when we won that world championship back in the 1970s, to all the work he's done quietly, behind the scenes when he's not in front of 14,000 fans and a national TV audience, quietly working to uplift our community and the next generation. Please thank him just as much for all that hard work that he's done for our community. And I'll just say the only thing that could make the unveiling of this statue even sweeter is when, and this will happen, thousands and thousands of Seattle Sonic fans return here for the return of the Seattle Supersonics right here in Seattle.
I go way back with the coach as being a stripling ball player and got to play in this gym where, did I mention that we beat the Garfield Bulldogs? When you see the mayor here, you might want to remind him of that. But after that, I got my tryout with the Sonics and got my meeting with Coach Wilkens at that time. And he had to take me into his office and say, I got to cut you, Jay. I can't get you on the Sonics roster. And I said, well, how come? He said, you're terrible. I mean, you are really terrible. You have no future whatsoever. And I looked him right in the eyes. I said, Coach Wilkens, that may be the case. But the day will come when I help unveil the statue to you as Seattle's icon. That's today. I've been vindicated in this regard. There's so much to say about Coach. So I'd like to add something about why I've come. He just didn't unleash downtown Freddie Brown. He unleashed uptown Odessa Brown Clinic, and that's Lenny Wilkens. He unleashed that clinic. And I want to note, you wonder where that spirit comes from. He talks a lot about his mother, Henrietta. And he talks about what Henrietta did to fashion his character, integrity, commitment to the people around him. And I'd like a round of applause for Henrietta Wilkens for what she's done for Seattle. Through you, Lenny. And now Lenny is doing the same thing for young hoopsters, giving them spirit in this institution. I've seen him help fight chemical addiction on the Nisqually tribe. I've seen the progeny worshiping him on the courts to raise this next generation. And I can't wait for that happy day when we will not only have this statute, but we will announce Lenny Wilkens as the next player coach of the Seattle Sonics when they come back.
Whereas Lenny Wilkens is a basketball legend, civil rights trailblazer, and devoted community leader whose 57-year relationship with the Pacific Northwest has profoundly shaped the cultural and civic fabric of our region. Whereas his life's work exemplifies excellence, humility, and a deep commitment to racial equity, youth empowerment, and public service, making him not only a sports icon, but also a moral compass for our whole community. And whereas on this day, the people of King County, together with local leaders and residents, proudly celebrate the unveiling of a statue honoring Lenny Wilkens at Seattle's Climate Pledge Arena, a permanent tribute to his legacy on and off the court. Now, therefore, we, members of the Metropolitan King County Council, do hereby proclaim June 28th, 2025 as Lenny Wilkens Day in King County.
How can one person have so much legacy? Legacy that includes being a 3-time Hall of Fame inductee, first person as a player, a coach, and as an Olympian, world champion coach, one of the top players in league history, mentors to so many, a person who grew the game, not just here in Seattle, but across this world. Legacy through the Odessa Brown Children's Clinic, and like the council member, my 3 kids all went to Odessa Brown and grew up through that and are healthy, thriving young adults now because of the loving care they received there.
Coach, thank you so much for everything you did for me. You're just an unbelievable example. I remember the conversations we had about giving back to your community, civil rights, and everything you did and talked to us about other than basketball. And that ripple effect had me and Dikembe really talking. And then Dikembe and me both decided to do something for our communities. Dikembe Mutombo, rest in peace, my good friend, Eldridge Recasner, my teammate. Dikembe built a hospital in the Congo in honor of his mom. I got a chance to build a Claire Bell Smith Student Academic Center at Michigan State because of you, Coach, because of what you talked to us about giving back to the community. Coach is so special. He was the only coach I've had that never yelled but could get his point across. I had Judd Heathcote, crazy. Tom Izzo, crazy. My high school coach, crazy at Detroit Persian. And every time I'm around this guy before I finish, I have to say thank you to Spencer Haywood. Spencer Haywood was the greatest player to play at my high school. And was a little crazy. He let me drive his Rolls Royce to the prom. So thank you, Spencer. I will say in closing, I just want to say, Coach, not only you're a Hall of Fame player, not only you're a Hall of Fame player coach, but you're a Hall of Fame man. And thank you for allowing me to learn from you, listen to you, and try to be the man you are, the guy with the Brooklyn swag. Thank you, Coach.
We got 2 Hall of Famers here that played for the Sonics, Spencer Haywood and Jack Sikma. I don't know if you guys understand how hard that is to just make it to the Hall of Fame as just a player. We got a great coach here in George Karl. Made the 96 finals, beat my Houston Rockets team in 96. I don't know how hard, I don't know if you guys know how hard that is to be a great coach. We got my teammate Steve Smith, who played for the USA team, 94 and 2000. I never played on the USA team. I don't know if you guys know how hard that is, so think about it. He did all 3 of those better than anybody that's ever done it. Coach, I just want to say, man, I love you, and I want to acknowledge his wife. They say behind every great man is a great woman. This lady, you guys probably won't believe this. I thought I was going to be afraid of Coach when I signed with the Atlanta Hawks in 1995. But we lost the game, I believe it was to Indiana, and I'm waiting on Coach to go off on us. But Mrs. Maryland pulled me to the side and said, "What in the hell are y'all doing?" I said, "Okay, I know who's running things now." So I just want to acknowledge Mrs. Maryland. You know, she's been there with him the whole time. But I'm fortunate enough to live in Seattle, so I've gotten a chance to know Coach Wilkens personally over the last 30 years. And when I tell y'all he's one of the best people, he's a Hall of Fame person. And I know you guys hear that, but I mean that from the bottom of my heart. The thing I love most about Coach is he doesn't have that ego. When you're in the NBA or the NFL or Major League Baseball, the guys that are good, oh man, they're cocky. Gary ain't here, but he was here last night. Gary gonna let you know who the hell he is. Coach has never been like that, and that's one of the things I've always admired about him. When I played for him with the Atlanta Hawks, Steve Smith to tell you this, he was classy as they came. Never seen a classier person before in my life. Coach, I love you, man. I hope you feel the love from all the fans and all the players that are here today. This statue, I'm so happy that they're doing it while you're alive, man, because so many times we honor people when they're gone. So, Coach, this is the city of Seattle's way of giving you your flowers, so congratulations.
I hope the NBA is watching. They really need to pay attention to this because we have a rich tradition, and Coach Wilkens is a huge part of that tradition. I just want to read something. You know, he's one of the greatest leaders the NBA has ever seen. He was a great player. He was a great coach. He was even a better man, inducted 3 times into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Once said as a leader, the most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to be. What we have here today, and I think back on what is going on today, Coach Wilkens is what Jerry West is to the Lakers and the NBA. He is what Bill Russell was to the Boston Celtics and the NBA. He's what Michael Jordan is or was to the Chicago Bulls and the NBA. This is our Hall of Famer, okay? Coach Wilkens, all of those guys, all of those legends, he is our superstar, okay, our godfather. And we get to honor him today. And as Eldridge just said, I'm so happy that they're doing it while you're alive to be able to see this. Okay, you set the standard for what a supersonic should be, both on the floor and off the floor, how you should play the game. And for me, how I should coach the game. Okay, I wasn't able to be as smooth as you was on the sidelines, but the respect for the game, the respect for the community, the respect for the league, I took all of that from you, and I appreciate it. And we honor you here today, and I wouldn't want to be in any better place than to be here today speaking to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all you've done for this community. All right. And I love you.
It is a beautiful day. I'm not just talking about the sun shining down us on this beautiful day. I'm not just talking about the opportunity for us to come together like this, but I know that's important. This is a beautiful day because we get to honor one of the most amazing people I have ever known in my life, Lenny Wilkens. I admire you for the rings. You know I admire you for the rings. Those are some amazing things. You got the receipts on everything possible in the NBA. I admire you for the way you've taught other great players to be great people in their communities. You know how much that is important, how much the way you give and show makes other people understand the way they need to show up. And I think you've all heard that today, have you not? I admire you especially, though, for every young child that wishes they could stand right here and say thank you. For every child who goes to school with the supplies they need to learn and grow. That every child that understands that their ability to thrive is dependent on each and every one of us to be there for them. I admire you for that gentle class grace that you've heard so many times and does not have to be repeated. I love the way you show up. I love the way you see people see you, and you know that what you do, how you move matters. I personally love you for being one of the most important mentors in my life, for making me try to be a better person, for helping me to understand what it means to care about a community. I love this statue. I know, Marilyn, you said make it sure it was 1 inch taller than Jerry West, so I think that's very wise. I love this space. I look forward to being one of the fans at the Supersonics games when they come back, not if. And I hope you lock arms with each other in this society, because today we need each other more than ever before. I just hope we all try to be a little bit more like Lenny.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Reminds me when I first came out here. You know, we're a better community when we're supportive of one another, when we help each other, when we take time to recognize one another. And early in my career, one of the things I did a lot was I used to read a lot. I read books all the time. And I read some great books, the history of the USA from 1937 to 1970 something. I read a book I got a buddy of mine to read called Hunter Yo. It was about culture of the Native American. And I was so fascinated with it. It was unbelievable. I've been blessed. I'll be the first to tell you. I have a great wife, a great family. They're very supportive of everything I do. And that has allowed me to do so much. To be able to go everywhere and speak to everybody. Young people, I tell you, you're important. You mean something. So, young people are tomorrow's doctors, lawyers, politicians. They're our future. And when we're supportive of each other, we make our community better. So, I just want to say, hey, thank you. Thank you so much. You don't know what you mean to me, but thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
That'll do it for Rain City Rebound's special coverage of the Lenny Wilkens statue unveiling.
From On Location in Climate Pledge Arena, we'll catch you on the rebound.